Hey everyone, Lavinia here. I just want to take a couple of minutes and go over some things that we do to keep my boys and baby healthy during winter and what I do when they get sick. So a couple of weeks ago, my oldest got sick and had to be put on antibiotics, and anybody who knows me knows that was like a very traumatic experience for me. And immediately I went into research mode to figure out what I did wrong and what I could have done to prevent my child from needing antibiotics. So I have in front of me what I usually do, and at the end of the video I'm going to go over what I did wrong that I think contributed to him needing the antibiotics. So to begin with, I'm going to do our daily ritual, which is the Welltrients for Life vitamins. And I definitely would never use any other type of vitamins for my family. I've tried a lot of the MLM products, I've tried a lot of things at Sprouts, I've tried a lot of things at Whole Market and all that stuff, and this is the brand that I trust. It's completely non-GMO. The doctor who formulates them is super particular about what types of ingredients go into it, and that they're sustainably sourced and completely bioavailable, so they actually get absorbed into the system properly and used properly. So anyways, the first thing, the most important one for cold and flu season is the immune system booster. So this one I do every day, and then the Vita one is the multivitamin, which I also do every day. And then we have the probiotic. This is the Flora. So these are the three main ones when my kids are sick, because they don't swallow pills. They're 6 and 4 and almost 1, so they don't swallow pills. Don't mind the little. They don't swallow pills, so I can't give them enough, really, of what they need of this. So I also give them the vitamin C. This is the Highlands brand. They're the baby ones, but I give like 5 of them to the 6-year-old and 5 of them to the 4-year-old, and 2 for the baby. So aside from that, I also use the doTERRA essential oils, and I have a blend that I use when they're sick or when they're getting sick. The blend is Melaleuca, peppermint, and On Guard. So I also have one for congestion that has a couple other oils in it. So the recipes, I can make a blog this weekend about all of this, and I'll put the recipes in there and how many drops of each oil are in my blend. So there's the oils. The oils I do about every 15 minutes if they're sick. I do it on the back of their neck, or along their spine, or on their feet. And the baby's is a little more diluted. Like I put it on my hand with a little bit of oil and then rub it on her, so she doesn't get like the full dose. So in this jar is my elderberry syrup. This stuff is super easy to make, and I can give you the recipe for that too. I make it a little bit differently than all the other recipes online because I add cacao powder to it. This stuff is 20 to 40 times, has 20 to 40 times more antioxidants than blueberries. So this stuff's pretty powerful. I use this every day in Drake's milk in the morning, and at night I put a teaspoon in and blend it up. But back to the elderberry syrup. It's got vitamins A and C in it, bioflavonoids. It's an antiviral herb, elderberry, and it doesn't taste bad at all. You put like a cup of elderberries and a cup of honey and a couple of other things and boil it. So it makes the syrup, which is not really a syrup. It's kind of more liquidy than a syrup. The stuff at the store is like thicker, but I think that's just because they add a lot of crap to it. So I prefer this. I put it in a syringe and give it to them if they're sick about every hour or 2. If they're not sick, I try to do it in the morning or at night. So the cacao powder, like I said, goes in milk, and that's every day. So the last thing that we do if they're really sick, and I've done all this, is the colloidal silver, which leads me to my big mistake when Drake was sick, and I was trying to give him everything at once, and I was putting the colloidal silver in with the milk and the vitamins. And apparently that's a big no-no, because the way that colloidal silver works is it draws all the minerals and nutrients like from the stomach to it, and then it's eliminated So it doesn't actually get into the bloodstream. The vitamins don't get into the bloodstream. It just gets eliminated with the silver and all the other gunk, which of course, when I'm giving them vitamins and wanting them to help them, isn't really effective. So that's what I figured out that I did wrong, as far as I think he would have gotten completely better and not needed antibiotics had I not given this plus this. So I did a little bit of research and figured out that if I do the vitamins, the oils, the elderberry syrup, and then I'll do this 2 to 3 hours after I've given them the vitamins. And that way the vitamins have enough time to absorb, be processed, be worked in the body and all that. And then I give the silver, which is an antiviral, antifungal. I mean, it's got amazing stuff. It's great. I was just doing it at the wrong time. So hopefully that helps, because I know a lot of you moms do the colloidal silver or vitamins or both. So it's just really important that you try to give the colloidal silver 2 to 3 hours after you've done anything else, or before. I guess you could do this in the morning and then the others later. So that's what I do every day if they're sick. If they're not sick, I don't really do the oils every day, and I don't do the colloidal silver every day, because there is a lifetime limit of the amount of colloidal silver that each body can process, and it depends on each body. So I try not to give it to them unless they're actually sick, and this stuff, and I just feel like they need a little bit more. Like I said, I want to write a blog about this, give some scientific information on why each of these works and what's beneficial about each, and I'll give recipes and then a schedule, because I have to figure out when to give what. So since I did that for myself, I'll just put it in the blog. That way you don't have to try to figure it out on your own, because that's the hardest part, is figuring out when to give and what to give and the dosage. And there's not a whole lot of information about like holistic and natural dosing for kids. So I'm going to just give you some information about what we do for the kids and how we try to keep them healthy. And if you have any other tips, totally willing to listen, totally willing to try anything else aside from the vitamins. I won't try any other brand, because these are the best, and I really feel strongly that they are perfect for my family and well absorbed and all that. But if you have any oil blends that you like, or if you have a specific elderberry recipe that you like, let me know. Just write it down in the comments. Or if you take a specific kind of cacao powder or whatever else your regimen is, let me know, and I'll do some research on it and see if I should add it. So thank you for listening, and I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, shoot me a text or comment below or email me. I'm sure all of you know how to get a hold of me. So I'll write the blog this weekend, probably tomorrow, and then I'll put it in the comments, and I'll also share it to my page. But if you for sure don't want to miss it in the notifications, shoot me a PM, and I will make sure to email you the link. Thank you. Bye.